Picture this: it's midnight. Your desk lamp glows faintly over an untouched to-do list. Your mind races with everything you should have done today but didn't. And once again, you promise yourself, tomorrow will be different. But will it? What if the solution isn't another productivity hack or morning routine, but a 2,000-year-old philosophy used by emperors and warriors to conquer fear, distraction, and resistance? In the next few minutes, we'll uncover a Stoic mindset that doesn't just fight procrastination, it dissolves it at the root. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could change how you approach every day from here on out. Procrastination is the silent killer of dreams. It creeps in when we least expect it, whispering justifications for delay. I'll start tomorrow, I'm not in the right mindset, or there's still time. Left unchecked, it erodes discipline, builds anxiety, and drains fulfillment. Yet despite our modern obsession with productivity tools and time management hacks, many still struggle to break the cycle. What if the answer has been with us for over 2,000 years? Enter Stoicism, a philosophical framework forged in the crucible of ancient Greece and Rome, designed not just to survive but thrive amid chaos, uncertainty, and inner resistance. More than a self-help gimmick, Stoicism offers a profound, principle-based approach to overcoming procrastination at its root. This is not about forcing yourself to act through sheer willpower, it's about transforming how you view time, action, and purpose. Let's explore how Stoic philosophy, especially the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, provides a timeless remedy for procrastination. 1. Understand the nature of time. Seneca, in his essay on the shortness of life, observed that people squander their lives in trivial pursuits, failing to grasp that life is, in fact, quite short. One of the core Stoic ideas is that time is our most precious, non-renewable resource. Procrastination is fundamentally a denial of this truth. When we delay tasks, we unconsciously behave as if we have unlimited tomorrows. Stoicism urges us to cultivate memento mori, the remembrance of death, not as a morbid fixation, but as a clarifying lens. When we acknowledge that our time is limited, even fragile, we stop wasting it on hesitation and inaction. Begin each day with the reflection that it could be your last. This isn't to spark fear, but to instill clarity and urgency. Ask, if this were my final day, is this how I'd want to spend it? 2. Focus only on what you can control. A cornerstone of Stoic thought is the dichotomy of control. We must learn to separate what we can influence from what we cannot. Many people procrastinate because they feel overwhelmed by outcomes, fear failure, or wait for perfect conditions, none of which are truly within our control. You cannot guarantee the success of your efforts, but you can control whether you show up and do the work. Once you release yourself from the need for perfection or guaranteed results, the pressure diminishes and progress becomes possible. When you find yourself hesitating, pause and ask, what part of this is truly up to me? Focus exclusively on that. Your job isn't to win, but to try with excellence. 3. Accept discomfort as a path to growth. We often procrastinate not because a task is hard, but because it's uncomfortable. Facing uncertainty, boredom, or the possibility of failure is mentally taxing. Yet Stoicism teaches that virtue is not cultivated in ease, but in adversity. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor with no shortage of responsibilities, wrote extensively about the value of doing what must be done even when it's unpleasant. Avoidance is natural, but it's not useful. Discipline, focus, and action are forged in those very moments we want to flee. When you feel resistance, label it. Say, this is discomfort, not danger. Then lean into the task for just 5 minutes. Let your values, not your moods, dictate your actions. 4. Reframe the task as a duty. The Stoics believed in logos, a divine rational order to the universe, and each person's role within it. For Marcus Aurelius, living well meant performing your duties with diligence and grace, not for rewards, but because it's your role as a rational being. This mindset is powerful against procrastination. When you see a task not as a burden, but as your duty, as something that contributes to the greater order, you are more likely to act. It shifts the narrative from "I have to do this" to "it is my role to do this." Before beginning any task, pause and ask, what is my duty here? Remind yourself that meaningful work, however small, is a contribution to a larger purpose. 5. Don't wait for motivation, create momentum. Modern culture often equates action with motivation. We act when we feel inspired. Stoicism flips that model. It says, act regardless of how you feel, and motivation will follow. Waiting for the right mood is an abdication of agency. Epictetus reminded his students that we should live as if we're already the person we wish to become. Procrastination thrives when we view ourselves as passive recipients of emotion. But momentum builds identity. When you take action, even small, you reinforce a self-image of discipline and integrity. Make a commitment to a micro-action. If writing a paper, commit to 1 paragraph. If exercising, commit to putting on your shoes and stepping outside. Let action lead emotion. 6. Cultivate inner stillness. Often, procrastination is a symptom of internal chaos, racing thoughts, scattered focus, or emotional turmoil. Stoicism places immense value on ataraxia, a state of inner tranquility. You can't eliminate stress, but you can control how you respond to it. By practicing self-awareness and regulating your judgments, you create the mental space to act calmly and decisively. This inner stillness is not apathy, it's a grounded focus. When you feel overwhelmed, breathe deeply and identify the story you're telling yourself. Is it helpful? Is it true? Return to the present moment and ask, what's the next right thing to do? 7. Reflect and refine daily. Stoicism encourages daily reflection, not to judge, but to learn. Seneca wrote letters examining his conduct, and Marcus Aurelius kept a journal, his meditations, as a way to align with his principles. Reflection helps you notice patterns, when you procrastinate, why, and what stories you tell yourself. With reflection, you turn procrastination from a mysterious force into a solvable pattern. End your day by reviewing your actions. Where did you delay? Why? How can you respond differently tomorrow? Keep a journal of these insights to track your growth. 8. Practice voluntary hardship. One of the more radical Stoic exercises is voluntary hardship. By occasionally exposing ourselves to discomfort or deprivation, we inoculate ourselves against fear. Many people procrastinate because they fear discomfort, but this fear is often inflated. By practicing doing hard things, fasting, cold showers, and tackling difficult tasks early, we build resilience. We stop associating challenge with suffering and start seeing it as strength training. Choose one discomfort each week and face it deliberately. It might be waking early, doing the hardest task first, or cutting a luxury. Remind yourself, I am stronger than this moment. 9. Serve something greater than yourself. Stoicism is ultimately about freedom, freedom from external chaos, internal turmoil, and the tyranny of your lower impulses. When you procrastinate, you surrender control. But when you act from principle, you reclaim your autonomy. To sustain action over the long term, you need more than productivity goals, you need purpose. Marcus Aurelius didn't write meditations to get things done. He wrote to be a good man, a just ruler, and a servant of the common good. When your work is tied to something larger, family, service, or creativity, it becomes meaningful. Ask yourself, who am I doing this for? Tie your actions to service, legacy, or contribution. Let that become your fuel. In conclusion, overcoming procrastination is not about becoming a robot or a productivity machine. It's about aligning your daily actions with your highest values. The Stoics didn't promise that this would be easy, they promised it would be worth it. Stoicism offers not just tactics, but transformation. It asks you to live as if time is precious, as if duty is sacred, and as if discomfort is a path, not a barrier. Procrastination will still arise, but it won't dominate. With a Stoic mindset, you'll meet it calmly, clearly, and with courage. So don't wait for tomorrow. Begin now, not perfectly, but deliberately. The Stoics would approve. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.